just give it a few months just to allow people to join in, and then we'll start in a couple of minutes. Can you do me a favor? If you can hear me, can you just give me a thumbs up? Fantastic. Oh, thank you. Again, for those who've just joined, we'll just give it a couple of minutes just to wait for people to join, and then we'll start. Those of you who joined, but you haven't started yet, we're just giving it one more minute, and then we will start. I'm sure people will filter in over the next few minutes. But just to be respectful of those who joined on time, yeah, we'll start in 1 minute. So I think we'll make a start now, okay? So just one last check. Everybody can hear me again. Just will you give me a thumbs up and then I'll make a start. Yeah, cool, excellent. Okay, so welcome everybody to what is, and a massive thank you for those who have taken the time out of your busy schedule to join us today. For us here, today marks a significant moment for us. This is the official launch of the Mazik Global Fundraising Engagement Accelerator for the non-for-profit sector. Just in terms of moving on to the agenda, so just bear with me a second. So I will be your host today. So I am Stephen Hargreaves. I'm the Business Development Manager here at Mazik Global. I am joined by Umar Siddiqui, who is our VP for Enterprise Services, and he will walk you through our fundraising and engagement accelerator. And then we have Ian Drew. So Ian is the SMB, which stands for Small Medium Business. He's the channel manager for Microsoft Tech for Social Impact. And our objective today is really just to introduce you to the kind of Mazik Global team and our Microsoft partnership. Some of you may be already familiar with Microsoft Tech for Social Impact. To provide you with a comprehensive overview of our new fundraising engagement accelerator. We want to outline a clear next steps for your organizations for those who are currently looking at kind of Microsoft Cloud for non-profit. And we want to offer a compelling alternative for those who maybe are just exploring new digital fundraising and donor engagement platforms. So we are super excited and super pumped that you've joined us today. And we want to support you on your mission, and we want to help you deliver great impact in the great work that you do. Before we just move on to the next slide, I'm just going to do a first poll just to see. So if we just, Atif, if you want to just release that first poll and just see what, if you could post that up now, that'd be great. So if we just wait, if everybody could So how energized are you feeling today? Super energized, pretty energized, somewhat energized, or not very energized, or not at all? So yes, I hope everybody's feeling super energized. Yes, excellent. Right, okay, let's move on. So today's agenda, I think it's important to give you some context on Mazik Global. Some of you have maybe never even heard of us or come across as an organization. We want to talk to you about Microsoft Tech for Social Impact. So Ian will share some insights into Microsoft's commitments into the non-for-profit sector and the role of TSI team. And then Umar is going to walk us through a live demonstration of the Mazik Global NFP Accelerator. This is a solution that we've been developing for the last 6 months. We'll then open up the floor to some questions and answers at the end. And then for those people who are in that position where they want to continue the conversation with Mazik Global, we'll look at how you can get started and where you go from here. So if you do have any questions in the meantime, some of my colleagues will be monitoring the chat, which is on, or maybe my right side, maybe on your left side. So please put your answers in the chat and we'll answer as we go along, or save them to the end and we'll from there. So about Mazik Global. So Mazik Global, we are a trusted Microsoft partner and we have been since 2003. So we're really, really long-standing Microsoft partner. We're really proud to partner with Microsoft and we have done for over 2 decades, delivering impactful digital solutions. As you can see on the screen, global organization, we're nearly 1,000 professionals. We maintain a strong presence across the US, the UK, and UAE, and we're supported by our development centers in Pakistan and India. We have a proven Microsoft alignment. So, we're not only as a tech for social impact partner, we're really proud as well of the multiple awards that we've won, including Inner Circle Partner. That gives us visibility of the latest developments that come down from Microsoft Corporation. There's a couple of points in the chat, so if someone wants to pick those up, that'd be great. We have a deep Microsoft heritage. So our relationship with Microsoft, even though I mentioned 20 years, it actually spans back over 30 years. We've co-developed Microsoft Dynamics. We pioneered the original Microsoft Healthcare Accelerator, which is now the Microsoft Cloud for Healthcare, and we continue to contribute to innovations in AI and Copilot. And still to this very day, we have around 250 people, experts, who are actively engaged in Microsoft initiatives, including AI and the development that this goes on in our AI Centre of Excellence, both in Pakistan and India. So quickly on this slide, I think it's really important to make sure that any partner that you work with has the right level of accreditations and experience. And rest assured that Mazik Global, we have them in abundance. So as I've mentioned, a trusted Microsoft solutions partner, we are across all the service areas, and we demonstrate a deep expertise in delivering transformative solutions. During that time, we've won numerous awards and international awards as well. And most recently, in 2024, we won the World Analytics Partner of the Year. But look, we are a people's business, and we couldn't achieve this without our engineering team, from our Microsoft most valuable professionals. So we have a number of MVPs, to our Dynamics 365 fast track architects. And these guys are the top of the game. These are like black belts, and there's only a few of these people worldwide. And some of those work for Mazik Global, helping us and really acknowledges how we deliver complex, high impacting solutions to our customers. And then finally, just to wrap up on Mazik Global, we are a 100% Microsoft partner. We only work with Microsoft. We trust that Microsoft solutions really do provide end-to-end services that deliver transformative results. Today, we are focused on our non-for-profit accelerator that's built on the Microsoft Cloud for Nonprofit, Azure, and the Power Platform. But our expertise extends right across the full portfolio within Microsoft, from cloud infrastructure through to application modernization and development, through to data and AI, which is where we won the award for in 2024. Modern workplace, or some of you will be familiar with the Microsoft 365, so the productivity tools around Office. And then obviously something that really is top of mind, cybersecurity. We seem to be inundated by threats increasing every single day. But I think specifically, this is really relevant for non-for-profits, who are potentially operating with very tight budgets. We also offer a real cost-effective offshore delivery capability that ensures exceptional value for money. And this has been proven by some of the work we've done in the sector with the likes of ActionAid, where we're delivering solutions across 45 countries. So I think at that point, I'm done, and I'm going to hand over to Ian at Microsoft. Take it away, Ian.
Thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate that. Oh, we've got another poll here. Are you currently using any cloud-based solutions for non-profit management? Give you a second or two to have a go on that poll. And it looks like 75% of the audience so far says yes, but only for some processes. And some are saying yes extensively. So we have a mixed audience, but thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. My name is Ian Drew. As Stephen said, I work within the Tech for Social Impact business. I'm going to spend just a few minutes to talk a little bit about Tech for Social Impact and the work that we do with the sector. First of all, our mission is to really bring the power of AI to social impact organisations everywhere. The pace of technology has been changing rapidly over the last 10 years, and AI is just a super example of how quickly things can change. So Tech for Social Impact is a bit of a different business model for Microsoft. We sit inside of Microsoft's Philanthropies division, and part of what we do is about providing affordable technology solutions. So that's in the form of discounted software, which ranges between 60 and 75% discounts, and some grants as well. But it also is in the form of frameworks that we've developed as well. So the common data model for non-profits, fundraising and engagement, which you're going to hear a lot more about from the Mazik team because they built on those to deliver solutions for you. In providing those products that we offer that are discounted, we make a small profit. That profit goes back into this social investment model. And it's been used to help us extend the number of non-profits that have access to our offers. And it's also gone into things like AI for good, but importantly, skills and employability as well. So capacity building within the sector is a key part of what we do, particularly in this world of AI, and particularly when we think about the ability to improve business process and productivity and how AI can augment that as we go forward as well. Now, we're only a relatively small team globally, and we can't do any of this without amazing partners. So you've just heard from Stephen how truly world-class Mazik are in terms of their capability in knowledge and understanding in the Microsoft platform. But what you may not know is they've been working with non-profits for a number of years. It's a cause close to their hearts. And really with this work that they've been doing with Tech for Social Impact, both with our engineering and account teams, it's really an opportunity to engage with the sector and provide far more value. In terms of Tech for Social Impact, last year, as an example of what we actually deliver, $4.7 billion in the form of grants and discounted software and services to non-profits globally. That was about 375,000 non-profits, including 50,000 that grew year over year as well. But the focus on non-profits has been something which has been core to Microsoft since the early days. So I also wanted to highlight that Microsoft staff globally have donated over $250 million of their own money to support organizations, which has then been matched by the company as well. So we care about the missions that you have and really want to help and support. I'm not going to talk in depth about this slide. There's plenty more information, and I will be around for questions at the end, or if you have questions as the meeting goes on, please post them in the Q&A. I want to kind of highlight a few key ones. In productivity, then things like Copilot for 365. There is a discounted product available for Copilot 365. We have a grant available for Azure. And then we have a grant also available for Power Apps. But also in this space, you've got things like the Copilot Studio, which can help you augment business process, or you've got Copilot for Sales, which if you're using things like Salesforce or Dynamics 365 or other platforms, can help you get that AI capability overlay, which might help you make a difference in what you do. And importantly for this conversation, we also offer a discounted license of Dynamics 365 Sales Enterprise, which is kind of like the core license that you will need for the solution that you're going to see shortly. So for those that don't know Satya, he's our CEO. A few years ago now, maybe 4 or 5, at an event, he was talking about the fact that in this time of great change and development, it's important that people in charge of technology play their part and are effective partners in what we do. And ultimately challenge that companies that can do more should. So this is what Microsoft is doing, but we also work with the likes of Mazik to make sure that we deliver the right things for our audience as well. So hopefully that's of value to you as you move forward. And with that, I'm going to draw my part to a close. I will be here for the remainder of the session, listening keenly, and I'll be here to answer questions. But Stephen, shall I hand back to you?
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Ian. So what we're going to do now, this is where we're going to start Mazik NFP solution with our VP for services, Umar Siddiqui. But before we do that, we've got another poll. So how familiar are you with Microsoft-based solutions for the non-profits? Please, very familiar, somewhat familiar, or not familiar at all. Okay, so look like 50% of people are familiar, somewhat familiar, always changing, 45%, somewhat familiar, 36%, and not familiar at all, 18%. Great. Okay, thank you for your response, everybody. Okay, Umar, if you want to take control and if you want to, looking forward to hearing and seeing a demo on the Mazik NFP.
Sure. Thanks, Steve. Hello, everyone. Umar Siddiqui. Let me take you through the journey of how and what Mazik NFP is, how and what NFP is all about, and how it's solving the current NFP needs. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me and the Mazik team here. So continuing what Ian has just described, the investment, the focus of Microsoft on not-for-profit industry, Mazik being one of the top partners of Microsoft also wants to extend their support in this initiative, because it's not only a product or a solution we are selling. This is a mission statement that we are carrying towards supporting all the underprivileged or neglected sectors of the society. So Mazik NFP solution, what leads us to work in that sector and what problems we want to solve. So before that, as we have been already engaged with multiple in not-for-profits across UK and other countries, there are some challenges that we identified that are quite common across different NFPs. And top of the line are the data quality issues or the data issues. That is basically the disparate systems, old systems that exist in the market used by the current NFPs that especially causes the issues around where you have duplicated data existing in silos, and that leads to poor usability and more manual work at the back office operations. And the NFPs and their staff, whose top focus is to move towards getting the right donations from the people who are willing to donate, and then push it towards the people who really needs that, is shifted or distracted towards solving the challenge of the current stack or software that was initially deployed to support them. Similarly, areas where, especially from the UK perspective, things like where you have HMRC integrations. HMRC has evolved and created a very scalable and extendable APIs that is available for organizations to connect with and use that to push claims and process that information through the HMRC. So all of these challenges and certainly they are the opportunities for the technology partners to solve this thing for NFPs so that they can focus more on their priorities, which is more about in this today's world of social media and influential media, is knowing your audience well. And there are tools and information that is available in the market that helps you in engaging your audience well and do some more personalized messaging and communication rather than doing the generic communication that was really good a decade back or sometimes back. But with this age and all the audience and the data that is available, the right tools that can help you in ingesting that information, creating more personalized message, engaging the audience more, and similarly at the same time as you have the data with you that leads you to that communication, you have the onus of managing that data, protecting that data, and having a right system that at the same time secure and robust enough. And that's where Mazik has developed this particular solution on top of Microsoft platform. The organization like Microsoft not only build platforms that are suffice for today, but definitely, as Ian mentioned, Satya and everyone in the executive management, Microsoft works on the platforms that are there for the future. So building on top of Microsoft platforms enables partners like us to come up with solution that is robust, that is scalable, and also allows nonprofit to flex their wings to the point that they can look forward with an investment that works for them for 10, 20 years at least, if it does done rightly with the right partner. So key solutions that are rare in the market that concerns with the CRM side of NFPs or the solution options that are available that should be leveraged by NFPs. We think of these 4-5 points that should be leveraged and in somewhat way have been digitized. So organizations that are on their digital transformation journey at least need all these points or some of these points to get their journey in the right track and move very quickly or swiftly towards getting their goals and outcomes for which they have been promising, and they try to deliver with their donors and their funders. So volunteer engagement and management, grant management, fundraising, program delivery and impact, marketing and outreach, security and compliance. So if you see, these seems to be very isolated solutions, but if you see as a business process from a not-for-profit organization purpose, you see that marketing and outreach drives traffic to the right causes and appeals for which the NFPs start their campaigns. So as people are reached and they start communicating, that data turns into the right constituent management or the donor management part of things. That part resides in fundraising side of equation. So you receive that data. Then that data needs to be processed to convert them into actual donations that are required for program delivery. So as you have received the donations, you start in putting them in the right buckets. You need to showcase, and you have you have to be accountable to your donors that how you are using the donations that you're receiving. So in that case, program delivery and impact comes in. So as you start tracking all those things and you become more open and more communicative to your donors, automatically your donor retention increases. And in doing all of that, volunteer management is needed so that you can run your appeals, your campaigns, your events in the right scale with the right people and the right resources. So the volunteer management chips in. And again, security and compliance is always part and parcel of any digital transformation. So the Microsoft platform ensures those things, and with partners like Mazik, who has the right people, who knows those compliance part, helps organizations to remain compliant and getting their data and other resources secured. And lastly, grant management is a bit, not from the donation perspective, but definitely organizations who are in the process of releasing grants or who are look for the public funded or private funded grants always needs those solutions. So these are some of the areas, and from that, what leads Mazik to involve is another announcement. That is where Microsoft has announced that their current fundraising engagement solution will be retired by the end of December 31, 2026. So this particular announcement is also something where we think we can help existing customers of Microsoft or the customers who were looking forward to implement Microsoft fundraising solution. We can develop something that is based totally on cloud for nonprofit and also focuses the same Power Platform templates that has been released by the product engineering team of Microsoft, so that our the application we develop can be easily migrated upon or can be easily implemented by someone who is looking for Microsoft-based solutions. So this is all about why and what leads us to bring this fundraising solution from Mazik Global. Lastly, a brief overview before we jump into the demo part of things, that what are the building blocks or the functionalities that covers through the fundraising accelerator. So as I mentioned, event and campaign management, we create this application so that organizations can create their event and campaign. And the main essence around is that one single source of data, so that any data that you capture, record at any one point of your lives of the business process life cycle is available and connected with the remaining events. So for example, if you create a campaign at the start of for any particular cause, the data you collect at campaign is connected with the events, is connected with the donations, and can convert into real-time insights so that you can gauge the performance of your campaign, you can gauge the prep, what the prereqs have been followed, and what was the impact of that. Similarly, we created the household management, donor 360, payment processing. All of these things follow that track where you start. Of course, one of the reasons, as I mentioned earlier, was the siloed data or the data quality issues. The reason is there are multiple systems that are currently being used, and people need to enter that in manually across different systems, and that creates data duplication or the misconnection of those dots. So we are trying to focus that data entry should be smooth, it should be connected, and it should follow the business life cycle or the business processes that are very local to the nonprofit. So this was all about what we are doing around the accelerator. Now let's see a quick glimpse of some of the functionalities in that application possess. So let me share my screen with that information. Give me a minute.
We've just got another poll up there.
Yeah.
So what are the biggest challenges your organization faces with current digital solutions? Data silos and lack of connectivity, security and compliance, limited technical expertise, and budget constraints. Okay, carry on.
All righty. So can you see my screen, everyone? Okay.
Yeah, you're all good.
Thank you. Okay. So as I mentioned, that we are trying to solve not only some of the back office or the platform side of things, we are also trying to solve the adaptiveness of the solution. So one of the latest trends and the engagement part of things is to have digital front doors. So what we have built, apart from building a fundraising accelerator that will only be used by the NFP staff or the volunteers, we have built a front door, a portal that is directly connected with the back office CRM. So whatever information is available here and updated or added here is directly lands into your CRM without having anyone to push or pull data or verify something. So this is a donor portal, and you can always share that, make it available for your donors to get added to this portal, and then they can start donating the donations through the portal digitally, as well as they can update or edit their profile as well. And we will, as part of our roadmap, we'll keep adding more features to it as there are demands in the market. So first thing first is a portal is a profile of a donor. So this is again one of the areas where you have duplicated data, you have sensitive information and so many constraints. So what we are saying that a donor can see their profile, can update their data, and can at the same time manage what needs to be shared and how that person can be reached, especially things like social details and contact preferences. So this is information where this is where very handy that the donors can manage themselves what channels and what are the mediums they want an NFP to reach them. Similarly, areas like giving details. This is where you can see a donor can see what he or she has been giving this year or the last 5 years and what's the lifetime giving. So this is also something that inspires someone what they have been donating in past and how much they should be donating here. Again, this all information that you're seeing is something as a standard product, but as one of the major wins with Microsoft, it's all configurable and customizable. So if you have any other specific needs, you want to show, hide, or add or subtract some features, definitely it's something where Mazik can land its servicing team, and we can definitely make things happen for you. So this was around the profile part, a quick glimpse around how you can process a quick donation through the portal. I can now demonstrate. So we'll go to the dashboard piece. Again, there can multiple ways, but somebody can quickly click donate now, and it will take them to the payment screen. So the payment screen, yeah. So here you can select a campaign. You can search multiple campaigns. You can have multiple appeals a part of campaigns as well. It's totally up to the NFP, and you can select any amount. If you see the gift aid part, so this is important that the point I was referring, the information that has been captured at the donor level, and if that donor is applicable for gift aid, automatically this toggle is available, and there is no one seeing or managing that whether a gift aid is available or it not available for a particular donor. So it's connected one. You can select here and you can click next. You select any amount, and you can always go for processing a payment. Okay, so it will take you, and we have integrated one of the payment gateways. Definitely any other payment gateway that is as per the need of the NFP, that can be integrated with the portal as well. So you can put some of your details, whatever the details payment gateway needs. And again, we are not storing anything around this thing. This is purely an integration, and anything and any information that is adding here currently lands in the payment gateway domain. We are just integrating them and providing a showcase for them. So you can always select enter this information and click for processing. So automatically any payment that will be done from here will be available in the back office CRM, and this is how it will be streamlines the whole payment processing through one of the digital front doors. Again, this can always be extended to mobile apps, any other tablets, or any other means, or can be integrated on the NFP website as well, so that it can be accessible around different ways you want to do. So moving on, this was how our donation happens. Now let's move into the world of CRM. Again, a Power Platform application that we have developed on top of Cloud for Nonprofit. And this is where a back office team, your donor teams, your volunteers, your finance reconciliation team, any other staff members who are responsible for different actions during in an NFP should be accessing based on their roles. So now we're going to see how a particular donor record going to look like. So again, you're going to pick up Oscar Birch, one of the our demo personas. So again, you see there's a different UI than a portal, definitely, but it always giving the same information. So if you see the KPIs in the middle, is there any recurring gift for that particular donor, and when it's due, what was the last gift amount, how much is the lifetime giving, and any other information. And again, this is all configurable. We can work that out if there are other KPIs you want to showcase. On the left hand side, it's all demographic information. You can always record that. Same thing around address, contact details, and all those things that you can capture as part of a donor record. The donation information piece, this is important, where it is the history of giving. So it gives you all the information around what has been donated by that particular donor in history, but transactions, what was the last transaction, and also it gives some graphical interface for you so to see. And again, we can always work that out how you want to showcase if there is something that needs to be done. So this is a particular donor record that we have created. So as you have set up a donor, you have received a donor. Let's see how the planning part of the NFP works. So we have created a campaign entity which allows you to create a 360 campaign in the system. And it gives you, apart from having some basic information that you have just shown here, you can always have how that campaign needs to operate. So you can go into the reporting hierarchy and see what is offered as part of this campaign. Are there any appeals? Are there any packages? How this campaign is working, or it can be a standard quick campaign you can create and just make it start taking donations against that. It's totally up to how you want to structure that. So as you have set up a campaign, how that campaign is performing. So if you go to the performance piece, you can see the gift performance and the event performance. Campaigns can have events and may not have events. So if there are the donations are direct donations are considered as gifts, but if there are events associated with that, you can also see how a particular event has performed. So what have been the number of registrations, what have been the amount received against those registrations, any sponsorship sell, or any merchandise or products that has been sold. So quickly, I will go to the events part and see how this information is structured so that you can see this performance. So if you go to events, so again, you set up the basic structure of the event, you associate that with the campaign. So again, you see the setup, the campaign that has been set up before is now referenceable here. So this is where we are connecting the dots, making reconciliation easier, removing duplicates, and making people the right, giving people the right insights so that they can actually focus on improving their performance of campaigns, events, rather than worrying about how to get the data right. And you can set up event venues, which and when you are doing the components. Again, if they're in an event, there can be multiple components as we see. So going down, you see how much sponsorship packages are there, what are the prices of them, how many number of sponsorships are there. Tickets, you can set up different type of tickets, set up their prices and the merchandise. So again, you are setting things here and it's all reflecting at the campaign level or the event level. So this is how, and again, if you have a digital marketing journeys, either you are using customer insights, we recommend using customer insights, a Microsoft marketing application that allows you to create all those marketing journeys. uh, we call it personalized engagement journeys, tracking the insights, using omni-channel to land different type of communications through different channels and other areas. And the power of that can be easily worked. We can easily connect with customer insights so that now the event coordinated, marketed in the customer insight is the data that is coming out of that is available inside your NFP. So your marketing team and your NFP campaigns team, they are now part of the same journey, looking into the same data and talking on the same lines rather than coming out of that lengthy Excel sheets or PowerPoints or weekly, monthly, bi-weekly reports, which are in a conference room to see whether your campaign is working fine or not. So this is real-time connected data that is available across the same ecosystem in the Microsoft platform. Again, if you have other digital tools that you want to use, Microsoft is open, and any tool that can be integrated with Microsoft, we as Mazik Global supports that as part of our fundraising accelerator. Okay, so this was campaign events. Moving back, I'll now see what happened to the donation that we entered to the portal. So we now see a particular transaction, how it is received from the portal. It can be done through the portal. It can be done back office. You have multiple options to record payment, like things like your cash card, your online donations, your bank, direct debits, checks, whatever you want to do. So all the gift types are supported. You can donate that. You can process that through back office. You can process that through front door channels. You can have integrations with other gifting or donation platforms where you can manage your donations, your crowdfundings. All of that can be received at one central location. That is your dynamic CRM, Mazik Fundraising Accelerator. So you can set up different type of channels and a particular transaction. Again, you don't need to enter this information every time. You have to select a donor. All of the other information will be there. The payment related information will be coming from the transaction. You see in the donor details in the middle, all of that information that you captured earlier is available. Going down the gift aid details, you can, if you have set up a gift aid for that and you have claimed that will be available. We haven't claimed it yet, so it's saying that you can claim that. It's not submit state. So similarly, all information, and you can add more information. You can get information from other channels and make that part of the transaction. So this is how a particular transaction will look like, and you can always process. So one more area where we focus is when you have done digital front doors or digital portals, that's fine. You identify a user first, you know who's the user, or the system knows who's the user, the donor, and you can map. But what happens to areas where you have events and people are doing crowdfunding in schools, in playgrounds, in concerts, wherever you are, and you have like tens and people giving either tapping their cards or giving cash donations, it's very hard to reconcile. So as part of our product roadmap, we are working on a solution that gives you that Excel type functionality to quickly enter data and then reconcile them at the back with the help of AI. So where our AI will identify micro ovens, there can be 15 micro ovens residing in the same locality, which micro oven donated what. So this is where our engineering team is working around, come up with a solution using AI to help you identify the right person with the right donation that is received to a particular channel, reconciled to the right campaign. So we will be definitely shipping that out in few months time. And if you can always connect with our teams, if you want to get more insights around our donation station and an AI powered reconciliation mechanisms. So as part of today's demo, we're going to see how a gifted request can be created, a claim can be created in the system. So we can open a gifted request piece. Again, this is connected with HMRC. We have already done that hard work for you guys. So you just need to come up with the with your as you implement fundraising accelerator, this integration will comes out of the box with them. So we're going to create a particular claim for gifted. This will be the gifted claim. It's a time bounded one or a range based. So you don't need to go and pick particular transaction, manual transaction every time. We just give a date range, and any transaction that is eligible for gifted in our system will be automatically be fetched by the system. So and it can be like the way it works is any particular donor who is eligible for gifted claims, their donations is eligible for gifted claims based on the criteria set up in the system. System will fetch that particular all those particular transactions and make it part of the claim. So sometimes it really needs to work hard to get all the eligible transactions gifted. It's might not easy sometimes, but the way it works is it gives you you set up the claim start date and the claim end date, and it will pick up all the eligible transactions. So we can go and see one of the transactions that has been that has been communicated to HMRC, and we can look for all the completed transactions. So we can see that a particular gifted claim is sent to HMRC, and we receive a request, or we receive a confirmation from HMRC that this particular claim, this particular batch is received, and now it's under processing. So we're going to click Save and Close, and this is where we can see a particular claim, a gifted claim that was initially created and has a batch ID. So this is where like you set up a date range, and automatically it will fetch all the transactions, and you click to submit to HMRC. So this is where our system connects with HMRC and sends that information. And as HMRC processes that information, it will respond back with as you see on the the claim status is submission in progress, because it's been processed at HMRC. And once HMRC send us back the information, you see the batch ID. This is the confirmation that this particular claim is received by HMRC. We are currently using the test servers or the test account for HMRC. So this is not real data. This is not real HMRC communication for these things. They have provided a test environment where with partners like us can showcase that how an implementation going to work and how we send and receive messages. So this is pretty much around the gifted piece, and we can always extend. There are business tools that can be implemented, and we can always do that in one-on-one consultations. So this is all for today's demo. Hopefully, hope this has many of you have find few use cases that works for you. Over to you, Steve. From the demonstration purposes, we are done. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we've got another poll here. So what would be the most valuable business impact of adopting the NFP Accelerator. Increased efficiency in workflows, better donor relationship management, improved financial visibility and tracking, enhanced compliance and security. So if you'd like to submit your responses, that would be fantastic. And let me go back to the slides. Bear with me a second. So let me just resume at the point we were at. So, a second. So we are here. Can you just give me a thumbs up, please, somebody, just to make sure you can see where it says book a one-to-one. Make sure we're all on the same page. Fantastic. So thank you very much, Umar, for that demonstration. Like I said, we are super excited about the launch of this of our Mazik NFP Accelerator. And what we'd like to do is just offer, if you'd like to explore this further, we are offering a free 2-hour consultation with one of our solution architects. It's a chance to map out where you are now, ask any questions that you've got, and see how the Mazik NFP Accelerator could support your goals. So this purely is a no commitment from your side. It really is just a simple opportunity to kind of talk through what's possible. And for those of you who are maybe currently using Microsoft Cloud for Nonprofit and aware that that does, even though it's still becomes end of life in December 2026, there's no further development on that platform. So those of you who may be using that, may be wondering what the next steps look like, then we are going to offer a free migration assessment. And what this will do is we'll take a look at your existing setup in kind of Microsoft Cloud for Nonprofit. We'll look at the kind of data needs, and we'll give you a tailored roadmap for how you can move forward. Again, strictly no pressure, just a clear, actionable insight to help you with your planning. And just moving on to the next one. So yes, we're at the point now. Just having a look. We've got some questions and answers from anybody. So have we got any? So we've got a question from Mark Green, and the question is, how is this any different from Salesforce, Donify, ThinkQ, Raiser's Edge, etc.? It all seems that if you don't have the data in the first place, then it doesn't matter how shiny the DBMS is. It's just a glorified Excel spreadsheet. So, Mark, you sound very direct. Anyway, does anybody, Umar, would you want to answer that? How it's different from some of the existing platforms out there? Maybe Umar, do you want to answer that question?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes. So Mark is asking, how is this different from other platforms that are out there? They all basically seem to do the same thing, which, well, I suppose for all intents and purposes, you could use Excel spreadsheets.
Okay. Yep. So Salesforce have data in the first place, doesn't matter how much. Okay, so yep, definitely you're right in the principle that if you don't have the data in the first place, then how it is different. So definitely data is something, but what with Microsoft, the major point where we can also offer is if you have data that is in silo, that is in Excel sheets, that is across different systems, then with Microsoft, the data the managing of data, the data migration, the data transformation piece is something where it's very, first of all, platform supports that, and secondly, we as Mazik has a very strong consultancy arm that helps our customer to transform their data that may be existing in different silos or in different old systems. We can definitely help you in CRM ready or a digital ready data. I hope it answers.
Yeah, sorry, you just cut off at the very back end of that, but I think you've answered the question there. Any more questions from anybody in the audience? Don't think there is. Okay, so in terms of next steps, then just want to say from our perspective, that kind of concludes the webinar for today. Just wanted to say, big thank you for everybody that's joined us today. We really do appreciate your interest and engagement. We hope that the session gave you a clear sense of how the Mazik Global NFP Accelerator can support your goals and make a real impact in your mission. And again, just to reiterate, if you want to, if you'd like to kind of go deeper and look into this in more detail, we have the one-to-one conversation, or if you're already using a kind of Microsoft Cloud for Nonprofit, we have the kind of migration assessment if you're on that timeline. So that would be great. And we're here to help you. We will be following up shortly with the recordings, the slides, and the link to the next steps if you want to take that. But in the meantime, feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn, scan the QR code that's on the screen, or drop us a message directly. And just from myself and everybody here at the Mazik Global team, thanks again, and we look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you.